If you thought the era of thunderous engines was fading into a silent, electrified dusk, Mercedes-AMG has just thrown down the gauntlet, challenging every notion you have about what the future of driving is supposed to sound and feel like. Picture this: a world where electric vehicles not only match their gasoline-fueled ancestors in raw power and blistering speed, but also bring back the stirring symphony of mechanical sound, the growl, the shift, the pulse that has defined the emotional heartbeat of cars for over a century. Is this simply clever nostalgia at work, a masterstroke of engineering, or an elaborate exercise in digital fakery? The truth is far more nuanced, and what Mercedes is pioneering today could reshape our connection with cars for decades to come. For more than 100 years, the sound of an engine was never just background noise. It was a cultural icon, a signal flare for power, prowess, and personal identity. The classic V8 rumble, the high-pitched whir of a turbocharger, and the staccato bark of a revving inline-six have all become part of automotive folklore. These sounds told you everything about a car's character before you even touched the door handle. The auditory signature of a car, sometimes refined, sometimes raw, has been the soul of the driving experience, a ritual that stirred passion and pride in drivers around the globe. But now, as the automotive world accelerates towards an electric future, something profound is changing. Electric vehicles, or EVs, glide almost silently along city streets and highways. This near-total quiet is a remarkable achievement, a feat of engineering that promises to slash urban noise pollution and create more peaceful environments. Yet, as with all progress, this silence has unintended consequences. The absence of sound is not just a matter of personal taste, it is a tangible safety issue. When the earliest mass-market EVs hit the streets, it quickly became apparent that pedestrians, especially children, the elderly, and those with visual impairments, struggled to detect the approach of these almost ghostly vehicles. The silence, once a virtue, became a risk. Governments did not wait long to act. In the United States, the Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standard No. 141 mandated that all electric vehicles sold from the year 2019 onwards must be equipped with an acoustic vehicle alerting system, or AVAS. The European Union soon followed with United Nations Regulation 138, requiring every new electric and hybrid car to emit a warning sound at low speeds. These early AVAS systems were utilitarian, simple beeps, electronic whirs, or artificial tones. They served the law, but did little to inspire the heart. No one was going to fall in love with a monotone beep. But then, a new opportunity dawned. Why settle for bland, utilitarian sounds when the future could be a canvas for creativity? Automakers began to see the potential for sound design as a new frontier, an emotional hook and a branding tool. Tesla, never one to shy away from controversy, unleashed its now infamous boombox mode, allowing owners to play everything from classic car sounds to animal noises and even sitcom sound effects through external speakers. This innovation drew laughter, headlines, and eventually lawsuits, but it proved a crucial point. People cared deeply about the sounds their cars made. BMW, recognizing that the future needed its own soundtrack, partnered with the legendary Hans Zimmer, the Oscar-winning composer behind films like Inception and Gladiator, to craft dramatic cinematic sound profiles for their I-Series electric vehicles. Owners could now choose from a palette of sophisticated movie-like tones, giving their commutes a sense of epic adventure. Meanwhile, Mercedes-AMG, with its storied heritage of muscular performance cars, decided it could not simply let the signature AMG growl fade into silence. Instead, their engineers have embarked on a bold experiment, a new generation of electric AMGs that simulate not only engine notes, but even gear shifts, recreating the visceral engagement of driving a high-performance machine. According to a recent study published in Automotive Acoustics Journal, nearly 3 in every 5 consumers want the ability to customize their EV's sound profile. This finding has sent ripples through the industry. It is not just about nostalgia for gasoline engines. It is about emotional connection and personal identity. Leading suppliers like Bosch are developing artificial intelligence-powered sound systems that adapt in real time to your driving style and the world around you. Imagine your car generating a dynamic soundtrack that responds to your acceleration, your mood, or even the changing weather. As Markus Löblein, head of sound design at BMW, puts it, "We are giving our electric models their own identity with individual sounds. It is not about copying the past, but about inventing something new. Mercedes-Benz's acoustic engineers are also taking inspiration from unexpected sources. They are experimenting with soundscapes inspired by the natural world: birdsong, the rustle of wind through trees, even the calming rhythm of gentle rain. This is a far cry from the old V8 roar, yet it hints at a future where the very purpose of car sound may shift from aggression to wellness and tranquility. However, not every driver is eager to embrace this new world of synthetic sound. A recent survey conducted by the Electric Vehicle Owners Association found that nearly half, specifically 45%, of EV owners actively disable artificial sounds whenever possible. For many, the appeal of electric vehicles lies precisely in their quietness. Linda Ballas, a prominent advocate for urban peace and a key figure in the Quiet City Initiative, states, "AVAS should prioritize safety without contributing unnecessarily to urban noise pollution. Giving drivers control over volume is essential." It is a tug-of-war between nostalgia, safety, and the desire for peace of mind. The regulatory landscape is also evolving. The European Commission is now considering stricter limits on maximum AVAS volume levels in densely populated areas, aiming to prevent a new form of noise pollution. Meanwhile, in the United States, the Department of Transportation is funding research to determine which AVAS sounds are most effective at alerting pedestrians without being intrusive. The Society of Automotive Engineers is working on new standards to strike the delicate balance between safety, comfort, and community well-being. But perhaps the most intriguing development is what Mercedes-AMG just revealed. Their latest teaser, a brief but provocative video, offers a glimpse of a camouflaged prototype gliding through a test track, accompanied not by silence, but by a symphony of simulated gear changes and a throaty, digitally created engine note. To the untrained ear, it might sound like a throwback to the golden age of internal combustion. But listen closely, and you will hear something new. A sound that is meticulously engineered, both familiar and futuristic, designed not just for the driver, but for the world around them. Krzysztof Starzyński, Mercedes-Benz's lead strategist for electric vehicles, sums up the challenge. "We do not want to hear artificial gear shifts that break the sense of power. But do drivers want fake noises, or is silence the new luxury?" The stakes could not be higher. The sound of a car is not just an accessory, it is integral to how we perceive speed, power, and even safety. A growing body of research in psychoacoustics, spearheaded by experts like Dr. Emily Carter at the University of California, shows that the right sounds can heighten alertness, reduce stress, and create a stronger bond between driver and machine. Dr. Carter explains, "EV sound design is about creating an emotional connection, not simply replicating the past. It is the soundtrack of a new era." So, what does the future hold as the battle between silence and sound intensifies? On one side, automakers see a golden opportunity to transform the electric vehicle from a mere mode of transportation into a living, breathing extension of your personality. With advances in artificial intelligence and machine learning, tomorrow's electric vehicles could learn your preferred drive mode, your soundtrack of choice, and even your stress levels, adapting their entire acoustic profile to suit your every mood. Bosch's AI-powered sound synthesis system, already being piloted in select prototype vehicles, can morph from a calming whisper in city traffic to an exhilarating crescendo on winding country roads, all automatically, responding to your inputs and the environment in real time. BMW's collaboration with Hans Zimmer continues to evolve. Their latest i7 and iX models come equipped with iconic sounds electric profiles that transform routine errands into cinematic journeys. Drivers can select from an array of sound settings, from futuristic sci-fi pulses to more traditional athletic notes, each one carefully crafted to evoke a distinct emotional response. Mercedes-AMG is not just chasing the past. They are building an entirely new soundscape, blending elements of nature, technology, and heritage into a unique auditory brand. But there are pitfalls. For many purists and enthusiasts, artificial gear shifts and digitally simulated rumbles can feel like a hollow imitation. A clever trick, perhaps, but lacking the authenticity of a real combustion engine. As one enthusiast wrote in an automotive forum, "You can pipe in all the sound you want, but it will never replace the feeling of a true V8 under your foot." Regulatory concerns add another layer of complexity. Lawsuits have already been filed in the United States against Tesla's boombox feature, alleging violations of local noise ordinances. The European Commission is weighing the merits of stricter urban noise controls, wary that the AVAS revolution could inadvertently create a new sonic nuisance. Yet the possibilities remain tantalizing. Dr. Kenzo Obata, an acoustic engineer at Nissan, believes that the ideal AVAS system should do more than simply announce a vehicle's presence. It should inform pedestrians about speed and direction, be easily recognizable, and avoid being intrusive. Researchers at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology are pioneering directional sound technology for AVAS, allowing vehicles to project audio precisely where it is needed, alerting those in harm's way without disturbing entire neighborhoods. This could usher in a future where cities grow quieter, yet remain safe for everyone. Meanwhile, a new industry is emerging. Audio branding consultants, digital soundscape designers, and even AI-based mood engineers are being recruited by automakers to create the next generation of car sounds. Jody Krangle, host of the Audio Branding Podcast, notes, "The sound of your car is becoming as much a part of your brand as its logo or color." Companies like Polestar are already offering performance sound packs, software upgrades that enhance the sporty character of an EV's audio profile, giving drivers more ways than ever to express themselves. For the everyday driver, this sonic revolution presents both opportunities and questions. If you are shopping for an electric vehicle, you may now be able to personalize everything from your car's external alert sounds to the chimes that signal a turn or a door left ajar. Some automakers, like BMW and Mercedes, allow for extensive customization, while others focus on simplicity and serenity. If you cherish peace and quiet, look for models that incorporate directional AVAS or allow you to adjust the volume to your liking. If you crave a sense of drama and engagement, seek out brands that are experimenting with bespoke soundtracks and interactive acoustic experiences. Your daily commute may never feel mundane again. But the debate over what is real or fake in automotive sound goes much deeper than hardware or speaker placement. It touches on culture, emotion, and the changing meaning of authenticity in a digital age. The sound of an engine was once dismissed by urban planners as unwanted noise, yet it has become woven into our collective memory, a nostalgic echo of freedom and adventure. As companies like Mercedes-AMG, BMW, and Nissan race to invent the soundtrack of the future, we all become participants, shaping, with our preferences and our voices, the next chapter of car culture. So, will these efforts ignite a renaissance of emotionally charged, engaging electric vehicles? Or will a majority of drivers reject them as digital imitations? The likely answer is both. For some, the thrill of a synthetic V8 or an adaptive AI-driven soundscape will be irresistible, a futuristic badge of honor, a symbol of progress. For others, authenticity will mean embracing quiet or seeking new forms of sonic identity that depart entirely from the past. The true golden age of automotive sound may not look or sound like anything we have known before. It will be shaped by technology, by regulation, and most of all, by our own evolving desires. And here is a fascinating fact. Mercedes-Benz's acoustic engineers are already incorporating nature-inspired audio into their concept vehicles. Imagine a car that greets you with birdsong on a spring morning, soothes you with gentle rainfall on a stressful drive, or even gently whispers a reminder to breathe and relax during traffic jams. The future of automotive sound may be less about adrenaline and more about well-being, a holistic approach that integrates wellness, safety, and personal expression. Looking even further ahead, the integration of artificial intelligence and machine learning into EV sound systems could lead to cars that not only adapt to your individual tastes, but also respond to the broader environment. For instance, if you are driving through a busy urban center, your car could lower its external sound emissions, project directional warnings only to those nearby, and switch to a calming internal soundscape to help reduce driver stress. On a rural highway, the same system might ramp up a dynamic, exhilarating soundtrack to match the open road. The possibilities are almost endless. But with innovation comes responsibility. Automakers and regulators will need to work closely to ensure that the new era of car sound does not simply replace one form of noise pollution with another. Ethical questions abound. Could certain sounds subconsciously encourage riskier driving? How do we prevent personalized soundscapes from becoming a source of distraction or annoyance to other road users? As SAE International and other standard-setting bodies refine the rules, the challenge will be to balance creativity, safety, and the overall quality of urban life. Ultimately, the sound of tomorrow's electric cars will be a mirror, a reflection of our values, our memories, and our hopes for the future. Whether you are a die-hard petrol head, a city dweller craving peace, or an early adopter of all things tech,